Hey guys, I want to have a talk today about a topic that is quite frankly a little bit sensitive. So I'd like to ask in advance for everybody to, hear me out on this talk before getting any bit defensive. And I'll also say this is not a talk that singles out any one individual. So I want to talk today about restroom usage while working. So the company provides currently 3 paid breaks per day. We've got a 10-minute break in the morning, 10-minute break in the afternoon, and a 30-minute paid lunch. So I want you to just think about that. That is 50 minutes a day of paid time, nearly an hour in an 8-hour day. Not to mention the time that we have morning meeting, but I won't even count that. Let's just talk about time away from work, 50 minutes a day. So through observation, I see that people use the restroom, and you have permission to do this at any time throughout the day. I mean, I understand that. Nature calls, you have to go. There's not a problem, and there will not be a problem. However, we do have a little bit of self-control in this aspect, and let me explain. First of all, if it's 5 or 10 minutes before break and you have to use the restroom, unless it's an emergency, we're all responsible adults here. We should look at the clock, not our watch, look up at the clock and say, oh, it's 10 minutes of break, not an emergency, I'm gonna hold it. At break time, I'm gonna go. But if every day at 10 minutes before break or 5 minutes before break or 5 minutes after, you guys get the point, you're constantly going, it kind of sends the message that, hey, I don't want to use my break time to go to the restroom. Now, I don't think we got any malicious stuff like that going on here, but I think this is about self-awareness. So I just want to bring up something here, and this, I'm happy that we have the paid breaks. Now remember, I don't pay for those breaks, the customer does. I simply administer that time. But I want you to think about this because I don't think anybody's really added that up. 30 minutes a day and I'm just going to talk about lunch, not even the 10-minute breaks. 30 minutes a day is 2.5 hours a week that you're paid for lunch. That, wind the clock back 8-9 months ago, you would have been here 2.5 more hours a week. That equates to 130 hours per year, which is 3.25 weeks that the company is graciously providing and the customer is graciously providing for all of us to enjoy. So I think it would be respectful if we're mindful of that privilege. It's not a right, it's a privilege. And I think it would be respectful that we manage our restroom usage with that spirit in mind. Now, again, nature calls, you gotta go. I don't want any emergencies here. I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I understand that. But let me just put it to you this way too. If we take the 5 whys and we get down to the root cause, we can drill down and say that I'm drinking coffee all day, therefore I gotta go to the restroom. I'm eating at every break, therefore I gotta go to the restroom. It's pretty evident to say that if you ingest things, you're going to have to get rid of things. So I know myself, I'm drinking tea. Well, tea is a diuretic and it makes you go. So I paid attention to myself today and I went 2 times outside of break, okay? And I did go during break time. So here's what I would say. We talk about standards in the company, and I want to think about this on a standard. Now, we're not going to measure it. We're not going to keep score. I don't have time for that. We're all adults. But there is a thing called observation. I do observe things, right? And so does everybody else. This is what I'm going to say. If you need to go more than twice a day in an 8-hour shift outside a break, there's a problem, and there's something that you personally should take care of so that you don't have to. Again, consume less liquids, foods, or whatever, and that'll prevent that. Again, I know this is a sensitive topic, but I want you to think about it. And this is about respect, and it's about respect for time. Remember, 3.25 weeks a year is being provided to you guys in a gracious manner from our customer administrated by the company. I want you to think that through. And in the spirit of the video with Bob Taylor and Ebony, if we didn't have Ebony tomorrow and all of a sudden it came and it wasn't so good, we would be like, wow, that's great to have it again. We don't want to lose this privilege of 3.25 weeks per year paid that you would otherwise have to be here for. I think we're being very gracious. I want everybody to be mature adults and look at how they're managing themselves and trim this thing back, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.